Hey guys, it's me, Bone Crusher. I'm back, and I wanted to do a little story time on the new profile picture I just put up of me and the kitten. So, basically, what happened with me and her was, her name is Boots, by the way. I rescued her from a house where they had her underneath the porch without any food, and I'm not like the porch, like it was an unfinished basement they were living in, and the floors were wood on like sideways 2x4s, so there was a space in between the wood and the concrete with like dust and dirt and dead mice and shit. She was about no bigger than this. She was tinier than this loaf of bread right here. Pretty tiny. She was like this big, as you can see from my YouTube. And I was living there. The guy that was there, I was actually staying up in the woods, probably like a mile away, when I was still making YouTube videos when I didn't have my license, and I was holed up in the woods. Well, I was walking to the store one day, as per usual, to get one of my steaks or one of my meals. And this guy was like, "Hey buddy, if you need a shower or you want to crash here or you want to make food or whatever, you can." And I was an opportunist. I was like, "All right, well, whatever, thank you." I went and got my food and I came back. I think I made a video or something. But I ended up going back there to take him up on his offer, as I do. And I stayed there for like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks before I realized stuff wasn't right. His landlord was weird. He'd walk around in just a robe and like go upstairs, which he was like renovating with like open windows and tarps, like in a community full of kids. A guy would walk around naked and junk upstairs. He was like a nudist. He was weird. He was a weirdo. And I found out that this guy, I'm gonna call him M, and this other dude named C, or this girl named C or whatever, they had this little baby kitten underneath their house. Underneath there, she had no food, no water, was full of worms when I finally found her. The landlord's fucking nephew or something was like, "We're gonna microwave the kitten and throw her out in the woods." And I was like, "No, you're not. I already said I laid claim to that. I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna feed it." And the guy was like, "All right, whatever." And 5 minutes later, I was sitting down and I hear him talking to the landlord, his nephew or whatever, being all sneaky, saying that he was gonna throw the cat out, microwave it, throw the cat out in the bank. I ended up chasing this dude in my car, so I brought my car down. I wrecked this. I totaled this car. $1,100 for a new strut tower, a tow assembly, a rim, an alignment, and yeah, $1,100. I totaled this. I set all of the side curtain airbags off. My airbag light's on. This is the attachment for side curtain airbags. Anyways, 2 days after I thought that they got this, 2 days later after I thought that they microwaved this cat and threw it out over the bank, I was mad. I hear something in the kitchen move, right? I hear like a dish or something clink, and I'm like, "Oh, she might be." I ran out in there, and little behold you, this fucking little tail, no bigger than my pinky, sliding into the wall, and I grab it like this. She swings around, chomps down on my knuckle, my finger, and my fucking finger, blood everywhere. And I roll her up in my shirt, and I get her up in my neck. And of course, I had my 357 on me and shit. And all of it, like, I got her, and she was like swollen with worms. She didn't have no food. Now I checked the house and I had made sure who was feeding her. I was the only one that was feeding her, and then the whole time I had only opened 1 can of tuna, because every time I would take something that I would leave for the cat, they would make a horrible deal out of it. They would make me feel horrible and, you know, act like terrorists. They'd use everything as a tool of leverage to treat me exactly how they wanted, which was very cruelly, you know, and minus the food and the shower to leverage me into staying there, which I don't care about that stuff. At the end of the day, it's the living things that deserve the help, the love, and the compassion that they deserve. There was a litter box in the house, but it was underneath the sink. It had this much water in it, full of squirming little maggots. No little litter in it. And I was under the sink, so that U-joint right there was dripping in it, and I doubt there was any litter in it to begin with. Maybe they did put some in, but it was really full of water. Like, there was no way that it was just fucking gross. Anyways, I get this kitten out here, get her in my car, and that picture's after I cleaned her up. After 15 minutes of coaxing her out with my voice and my mind, she crawled up underneath the steering wheel, into the little cove of the dash. I was up underneath my fucking seat with my feet under, like fucking, I was like fucking ninja mode up underneath there, and I was like, come on, kitten, it's okay, no, you're all going to be fine. Eventually, this cat literally actually comes out. I set her up on top of my dash right here, right? I set her up on top of my dash, and I made a little nest out of my G.I. Joe shirt that I'm wearing right now. The one that was jungle green that I stained navy blue with sweat over 43 months. I set her up right there. Eventually, she started coming down the steering wheel, was booping me on the face and the nose, basically just like, I've never had this before. I mixed her up some tuna and some water. Put a Budweiser case on the ground full of rocks and sand and gravel for a makeshift litter box. She was walking down the windowsill, coming right freaking, it was, yeah, that was Boots. That was my kitten. And I named her Boots because she has white socks on every foot. She's jet black. I think she has a spot of white. No, it's on her chest. It's right here on her chest. She has a spot of white. And, yeah, I wrapped her up in my shirt and I walked to the grocery store because these guys down in fucking, I can't say because it's, you know, but down in one of my little towns on the corner near the trains or whatever. But, they started screaming at me. I had the kitten in my car while I was cleaning her up. It was down the street. They started screaming at me, saying that Bloods and Crips and stuff was gonna start coming out the bushes to stab me. They said that they was gonna, like, fucking, you know, I would have never been able to keep that kitten if I had tried. My vehicle was at that point immobilized because I had smashed it, wrecked it, totaled it 2 days prior to finding the kitten. My vehicle's now totaled. I can't go anywhere with it. So I have to walk her to the store, and I gave her to some people. I gave her to a little girl with a friend, and she went to a farm and a family. And yeah, a couple other kittens and a dog and a farm, and that's like great, you know, not like train track gutter gonna be a, you know, they had a dog too. These people, the mean ones that I saved the kitten from, they had a dog, and he kept making bad jokes like, we're gonna, you know, that's where the cat's going, is the dog. You know, that's what I'm dealing with around here. You know, people think it's okay to fucking put a dog in a kennel all winter long, when if I were to do that to you for one night, you would be different in the morning. You wouldn't be you wouldn't be human no more. And that's all that people want, is some sort of semblance. There's a way things should be. Not what you think and go underneath it. There's a way things should be. A lot of people are stuck in the past because they don't encounter new people. People that actually have a sense of justice and courage in them, that'll go after what they know should be alive and free and well and deserving of a real, true life. Anyways, that's the story on that. If you guys want to like and subscribe and send it, this is getting on a 10-minute video. Oh, another update before I go. I freaking fixed my rig so it's full of Bondo. My hands are absolutely covered in stuff. Fixed my car. Rocker panels are all done. Just got a new headlight for it. Just seal seamed and everything. I got that from Paris Ace. They got that spray foam that's black. It's made for sticking waterfall rocks together, so it's made for continuous waterfall. It's expanding foam. Good shit. Good shit. You can smear it with your fingers, so you can lay a bead in and then smear it into the crack to make it look like it was professionally done, like grout. It's good. But, yep. Anyways, later, guys. I'll see you later.